Merry Christmas. Janet Gaglione, the Mortgage Lady. This is my last video before the first of the year, so I wanted to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I want to talk about some things mortgage-wise that actually are changing the beginning of the year. For anybody who's looking for FHA financing, you need to be very, very cautious, because if your case number is not assigned, and that's something the lender does for you once you find a property, if it is not assigned by January the 1st and you are buying a property that is over $271.50, and you're going to be in trouble because the new limits have been lowered from 303 and some change down to 271.50 in our area. And this goes for the entire Charlotte-Mecklenburg area, and York County is part of that. York, Lancaster, Gaston is all part of that region for FHA. So if you're a realtor, you need to know that. If you're a buyer, you need to know that. USDA new guidelines go into effect, I believe, on January the 14th, somewhere around in there. That means you have to have a fully approved USDA loan. If you're in a questionable area at all, you need to contact your lender immediately and ask that question to know if you have anything to be concerned about. And the big biggie that is happening for all of mortgage lending in the United States is that the CFPB's new rules are putting in place around Frank-Dodd, or Dodd-Frank, excuse me, are going into effect on January the 10th. Some lenders are implementing them early to make sure they're where they need to be because the fines are fairly substantial. So what that means is ability to repay, which is the key thing here. And it makes all lenders liable for consumers getting mortgages all the way down the line, unless they're in a box. So, how many of you want to think that most lenders are going to require all of their borrowers to be within the rule box? I'm going to say a great number, and I am not an exception there. The only thing I will tell you that I have decided to do is I have decided when a borrower comes to me, I'm going to take the position that a dual agent takes, and a dual agent is someone who represents both the buyer and a seller in the transaction. And that means that we're going to deal with our transaction only. No before the transaction, no after the transaction conversation will take place, because that affects the ability to repay. And if you have questions about that, call me. We can discuss it at any time. I know it's a lot all at one time at the end of the year, but we do have a lot going on in our industry right now. The good news is that all good lenders should be prepared for this. You need to know your debt to income ratio, and that means all of your credit cards and installment debts, minimum payments on your credit cards and installment debts, and your new house payment, or if you're refinancing your existing house payment, cannot be more than 43% of your gross monthly income. And that is based on salaried and hourly employees. Commissioned are looked at just like self-employed borrowers. So you have to have 2 years in average commission income. Janet Gaglione, the Mortgage Lady, living the dream. Merry Christmas. Let me know how I can help you. 704-608-4139.